Come to MAGA country. Bend the knee or suffer the fate of all traitors.
What's up, guys? Your boy Benny. The inmates have taken over the asylum is a common phrase that says that crazy people are in charge of everything. And you wouldn't want the crazy people, the inmates at Arkham, to run the asylum, right? But that's exactly how American politics feels right now. Although it is quite entertaining at times, it's really bad for our country. And it's good to have people that simply care about our country wishing to run for office. Now, I am a conservative. I am a freedom-minded person. Dare I say I'm even a Republican, although, man, I do hate so many members of the Republican Party. But ladies and gentlemen, you won't often find me saying nice things about Democrats or paying super close attention to what they're doing on their campaigns, especially Democrats that have no chance of ever winning over anyone in their party. Yet here we are with Dean Phillips, a dude who's a member of Congress from Minnesota, who's running against Joe Biden, and who is out here campaigning in a very different way. He's going to MAGA rallies, which is insane. So the guy who's running, presumably against Donald Trump, is going to MAGA rallies to go see what MAGA is all about. His takeaways from going to these MAGA rallies are bananas, B-A-N-A-N-A-S. He says, I was welcomed. They were diverse. They were young people. It was a happy movement. They were good to me. And that Democrats are absolutely going to destroy themselves this election and beyond with their visceral hatred of half the country. And so it's nice to give a little airtime to guys like this. CNN did, and what they found out was particularly shocking. I loved these reports coming out of the New Hampshire primary. Here we go.
We have a crisis of participation. And I got to tell you guys, I went to a Donald Trump rally a couple nights ago. Never been to one. I had an event across the street. I saw the line of people waiting in the cold for hours. And I thought, what the heck? I'm going to be a leader who actually invites people, doesn't condemn them. Met probably 50 Trump people waiting in line. Every single one of them, thoughtful, hospitable, friendly. All of them so frustrated that they feel nobody's listening to them but Donald Trump. A diverse crowd, people who had never been to a Trump event before. My party is completely delusional right now.
My party is delusional. Wow. Can you imagine? What timeline are we living in? Again, Dean Phillips is not MAGA. Dean Phillips is not going to endorse Donald Trump. But isn't it nice to see somebody just like cross the lines and say like, wow, MAGA's awesome. Just positive, diverse, young people who just love their country and want to see better for their nation. And as a Democrat who's running for president against Donald Trump, kind of, right? I was treated like a G. Well, that's like freaking wonderful, actually. It warms my heart. Dean Phillips has been furious and saved his ire for one group of people, which are the corporate media, who actually deserve the ire of us and those who are supposed to actually consume information online. Dean Phillips went on a rampage against the press, being like, you bastards don't ask questions that people care about. You have no interest in telling true stories about the powerful and in representing the powerless, the people, which is the purpose of the press. All you are toe suckers of the powerful and the elites. You fawn at them, and you are a Praetorian Guard for them. What world are we living in when Democrats say stuff like this to the press? Watch Dean Phillips snap. Man, I'd love to have this guy on my show. Like, I'd really be interested in actually talking with him. Watch Dean Phillips snap on the press and be like, you people are the problem. Huh, what?
I've said this 18,000 times. I'm only doing this to defeat Donald Trump. Nobody seems to want to do that in the Democratic Party right now other than me, because Joe Biden can't, is my proposition, because the data says he can't. No one in the country right now cares. In fact, most of the people in the country are going to the Trump rally right now because he's listening to them. No one's asking about this stuff. I'm just frustrated. I hope you understand why I'm getting tired of it. You're doing your jobs, but you're not asking the questions that Americans give a shit about.
You're not asking the questions that Americans give an S about. Isn't it wild? So Dean Phillips is there. Obviously, he's a Democrat. He's running for president. He doesn't want Donald Trump to be president, but he's lecturing the press. Like, why is it the MAGA movement the only movement that's organizing right now? The only movement that's real in America? We Democrats don't have a movement and we don't have a vision for the country. That's what he's saying. And then he's complimenting the MAGA movement because we do stuff like this. We do the memes at the beginning of the show. We have like a good esprit de corps. We like each other. I like you. You like me. We are a happy family. And so it's really, really incredible to see, like, from the trail itself, like how this one Democrat decided to go out and hit the bricks and talk to regular Americans, and it suddenly he became like totally red pilled or white pilled. It's amazing. There was a media report though that I thought was fascinating. It was the Washington Post who walked up to a bunch of young people at a Trump rally and said, yo, why are you here? Why are you at a Trump rally? Like, young people, Donald Trump, we're told they don't mix. And man, talk about some truth bombs being launched directly into the publishing house of the Washington Post. Check this out.
Time before more of these kids become Trumpers.
Donald Trump didn't win the majority of young people in Iowa, but they are here at his rally in New Hampshire to see him.
He doesn't lie to us. He's not a polished politician, which I think is a benefit because he's not going to try and hide and lie.
I think what he's done with the country while he was in office was fantastic. Everything seemed to be running smoother. Prices for everything were much cheaper and affordable for everybody, so that kind of kept me with him.
His positions on the economy, his positions on foreign policy, on trade, he is very pro-American. He's pro-me, pro the aspirations that I have for the future. I am definitely for Trump. I have been to Haley events. I tried to go to a Ron event. Forgive me, I couldn't put up with it. It was too boring.
A huge theme beyond policy or even Donald Trump himself, the sense of community that people feel from being a part of the MAGA movement and coming to rallies like this one.
Most Trump supporters in the MAGA movement, they're really nice guys. They're very smart people. Like this guy over here, I just meet him in line randomly, and he's talking about some like proper intelligent stuff. And it's amazing when you talk to these people in line.
I've been talking with a ton of people in line today. Everyone's having a great time. So that's definitely a big thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, good for the Washington Post. Never heard me compliment the Washington Post ever, but here we go. That was a solid report. Oliver Anthony playing in the background, and the Washington Post reporter, instead of being like, bunch of violent, vicious white supremacists, she's like, people find community here. And people are happy. And I can't believe it, like, but that's what she said. She didn't say a single derogatory thing about the MAGA movement. So, way to go.